Hello, let's see a demo of the pricing module. Uh, so we'll log in with a user which has a role of store operations, and this store is in hypermarket. Okay, so let's log in. Okay, so we can find the pricing module from the left menu. We have to go to master data management, item level, supply item, and pricing. Okay, by downloading this sheet, we can see what are the active prices in this particular hypermarket. And by downloading the sample sheet, we could either insert a new price for the loose items, or we can update the price, update the uh, status for against the existing prices for the items. So let's download a sample sheet. Okay. So there are rules which governs the insertion of the prices. Okay. So for example, consider this login. This is an hypermarket, and hypermarket can insert new prices only for loose items. The items which has a catch weight indicator Y, or it has a PLU code against it. Only for those items, new prices can get created, or else for the other items, they can only update the status against this, like active and inactive. So let's consider a case. Let's consider this is an loose item. It's a fictitious item number. So what I'll do, I need to insert a new MRP and MSP against it. So what I'll do, I'll just insert 25 as MRP. I'll just insert 25 as MSP, and I'll make it status as active. So this item exists in my database, and this is a loose item. This price is a new price against that item, and I make it as active. So what will happen is, like, this price will get inserted in our system. Okay. Now let's consider a item which is a non-loose item. Okay. And this is a price which already exists in my system. Okay. So what the user needs to do is, like, he needs to inactivate it, for instance. So simply he can just take that item, take the existing price, MRP and MSP, and make it as inactive. So what will happen is, like, the price will get inactivated in the system. So similarly, he can activate it and inactivate the existing prices for non-loose items, and for loose items he can do the same process for making a price active and inactive, as well as he can insert a new price. Okay. But for supermarkets, it's not possible to insert any new prices, whether it's a loose item or it's any other kind of other items. Okay. So supermarkets can only make the status as active and inactive, whereas hypermarket can insert new prices for loose items, but for other items they can make statuses as active and inactive. That's it. And for DMP role, they can insert the new prices. Okay. So after, for example, if after we upload a file, okay, a user uploads a file here, what happens is, like, they can see what is the status of that file. For example, if any file is taking more time, for example, for more than 10 minutes, then user can actually raise a ticket in the IT help desk stating that this file is taking more time to get processed, or else he can wait. And after the file is processed, he can see the status of the file. There are usually three kinds of status. One is success, one is error, and one is partial success. If your file is containing proper data and there are no failures, then you will get a complete status as success. If there were certain entries which got failed, then you will get a status as partial success. Or if you uploaded a completely wrong file, if your entries were completely wrong, then you will get a total failure. Okay, so let's see an example of it. So I'll have to change my tab here. See, this is the same module, and now we have our process logs here. Okay, so these all are successful files, which means there was no failure there. But see, we can see there's a partial success here. That means certain entries got failed. Let's see why. So I just downloaded the process log file. Okay. Oops. Okay. So I can see there's a single entry which got failed, and it got failed because the item location linking was not there for the item in this location. Hence it got failed. Okay. So we can go to the error log and see why the entry got failed. Okay. And if you want more elaborate, like more descriptive error, for example, if item location linking not found, if one cannot understand what that means, so one can go to the user guide and see what that actually error message states. Okay. And there will be a resolution, like how to solve that error there. Okay. So thank you.